So hi, my name is Deb Chantson. You may have caught my talk at the Full Indie Summit on September 21st. This is a 10-minute refresher on networking best practices. I really like this quote because it's in context for what I've been learning. You teach others how to treat you, Maya Angelou. I have come into this stage of my career now where people are starting to ask me for advice and asking me for coffee dates and to pick my brain. This is the result of how I would like to be treated henceforth. Okay, so my name is Deb Chantson. I've made the joke before that this is how you spell my name if you're writing me a check or crediting me. I'm a writer and narrative designer by trade. I am currently working on a game called Rooster, for which I'm the writer and narrative designer. So in general, I say I do games, TV. I'm really good at preschool, 7-minute, very sweet, very educational, that's my jam. And I'm also adding novels to my repertoire because on Sunday I signed a book deal for my first novel. A+ response, thank you. So my subject matters of expertise are becoming apparently culture in games, cultural traits as mechanics, games tied to TV, IP, and vice versa for cross-platform content strategy, funding applications and reviews, and career launching for writers. So this presentation will be used again for the Vancouver Film School. Woo. Thank you. So I'm doing this presentation because networking is important. According to Work BC, statistics show that 80% of job vacancies are not advertised. In some regions, that percentage is higher. And there is an art form to networking. So my best thing is LinkedIn, because LinkedIn allows you access to a global network, not just the people in this room. Emails are tedious. Some people are really good at them. I am not. I still have business cards from PAX West sitting on my desk because that requires me to manually type in people's information. I don't want to do that. So I have forgotten those people, I'm sorry. LinkedIn is the quick way to remember who someone is, what they do, and where they are. Geographically, what company they're at, what they're doing. Okay, so how you use LinkedIn is very important. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, I would recommend you get one, because that is kind of the going rate currency at the moment. So have a profile. It is very easy to set one up. I met somebody the other day, she set one up in 5 minutes. Have a photo so people can remember who you are. I don't connect with people who don't have a photo. Verify your profile if you feel comfortable. I know for transgendered folks out there, you might not be able to because of your former name. Totally understand that. The thing is with all these people who are getting on and trying to impersonate other people, it is really helpful to verify your profile. Add your pronouns if it's comfortable for you. I would recommend adding them so you are more inclusivity minded on the outset. It's an optics thing as well. Sorry, I do know how to drink water, just still. I'm sorry. Okay. If you can, add the pronunciation of your name. I have, because a lot of people like to say Chantson, and I'm like, that's not my name. I don't correct media and journalists because I'm like, oh, Google will find me both ways. But yeah, it's Tson. Also, if you have a name that's a little more complicated than others, I mean, it gives a chance for people to practice how to say your name. So, you know, it's a nice place to put it up. You need to keep a basic professional persona, who you are, what you do, your, you know, profession. I'm an aspiring sound designer, whatever it is that you want to do. For the VFS graduates, usually I tell them put that you're a recent graduate, put that you're a screenwriter, whatever it is. Also keep it professional. Oh, damn it. Okay, I'll talk faster. Okay, keep it professional. Don't argue with people. That's not the place to argue with people. Okay, LinkedIn best practices. I like to use a QR code on my phone for LinkedIn. This replaces business cards. This was a tip taught to me by Dana Ramnaran from Room HR. It's a lot faster than being like, here's my business card, and then I lose it, and then sorry, I don't remember who you are. Okay, I understand that you only get 5 free personalized invites for LinkedIn when you send a connection request. But when somebody sends the invitation to connect without a personalized note, the onus is on you to follow up straight away and be like, this is why I wanted to connect, establish how you met, this is the start of your professional relationship. Oftentimes somebody will comment on something I posted and I don't remember who they are. I go to the messages, oh, we met at GDC, got it. Be professional and polite. Use please and thank you. That really irks me when people don't say please and thank you. And spell things properly. Also, as a writer, it really irks me. So, LinkedIn, do not aggressively ask for advice right off the bat. After, there was the Full Indie Summit, and then right after that, I did a GDC showcase, and I got so many requests for people asking for advice and things right off the bat. It was very overwhelming. Do not demand someone's time. Do not use the preset text. It's great connecting with you. How have you been? That looks like you're hitting on someone. Don't do that. Do not talk about someone's physical appearance. Unless you want to tell me my headshot looks awesome, that's okay. And do not demand introductions. I don't know you. I don't have an obligation to you. I'm not going to introduce you to my circle. Do not treat it as if it's like texting, because you don't have an existing relationship. So you don't want to put like, hi, how are you? And then you leave it hanging, because the other person has no obligation to answer, hey, how's it going? So for coffee in person, the rule is whoever asked for the coffee should pay for it. Unless you're very late and it's your fault and you pay. Get a receipt, write it off as a business expense. If you're taking me out for coffee, it's usually because you want to pick my brain about something. So you need to pay for my coffee. I will be angry and very uncaffeinated if you don't pay for my coffee, and I'm answering very specific to your business specific kind of questions. Only cancel for legitimate reasons. It takes me an hour to get down here, and if you cancel on me right when I'm supposed to show up, I'm so pissed. Keep it to a half hour to 45-minute time limit. Longer than that equals a meal. Also for when you schedule, oh thank you, I like that you're taking photos of my slides. If you schedule your thing during 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., that's lunchtime. 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. is dinner time. I had someone schedule a coffee meeting with me at 6 o'clock, and I was like, you need to feed me. Also, she canceled on me because it was raining. I'm like, what the hell? And then always follow up with a thank you message. Thank you for your time. It was really lovely to meet you. I appreciate your advice, blah, blah, blah. Coffee online. If you know you're going to ask a lot of questions, send a coffee gift card ahead of time. You can totally steal this as my thing. I send a $10 gift card ahead of time, just as a gesture to be like, if we were in person, I would buy your coffee. It kind of greases the wheels. I had a meeting with somebody who was like, what advice can you give me? What advice can you give me? What else can you tell me? And I was like, oh, I feel icky. You should send a coffee gift card. Also get a receipt, write it off as a business expense. I had a meeting with somebody and I was like, oh, thank you, I owe you an ice cream. And then he's like, oh, I can't do ice cream. And I was like, oh my God, you have Crohn's, that's right. So I donated to his website and it worked out very nicely. A half an hour limit is good unless you're professional equals and you can share information. Also only cancel for legitimate reasons. Online has more leeway, but it does tinge your first impression. I had a meeting with somebody who was a project manager, and I'm like, this is your thing to deliver on time. So, you know, thank you, excellent response, thank you. A+. Jen was like, I'm totally almost done. Okay. If you cancel, the onus is on you to reschedule. Usually what happens is you get 3 times or so that people are available. Pick the next best available one or suggest another time. Don't just cancel and be like, alright, because then you both forget about each other, and that's a misconnection. Be prepared with your questions. If it's a half an hour, you're really going to get into maybe 3 or 4 small things that you want to understand. Avoid the dreaded, what advice can you give me? What advice can you give me? Who else can you introduce me to? That sucks, don't do that. Also be reachable. If you give somebody a communication method that works for you, use that. There's a friend of mine who I love dearly. We'll text her, LinkedIn her, call her. I'm never going to be able to hire her because she only answers me within 2 to 4 business days. So that's unfortunate. If you're in person, please introduce yourself in person. I had a lot of people coming to me at the Full Indie Summit asking for stickers, and that was cool, but then I get LinkedIn messages afterwards being like, I loved your talk. And I'm like, you were there. You could have introduced yourself. You were in the same room. Okay, so now I'm done. You can catch the extended version of my Full Indie Summit talk next Thursday with the Pixels. And if you show me that you wishlisted Rooster and would like a sticker, you can also come see me, but please introduce yourself so I know who you are. I met one of my husband's colleagues and didn't even know it because he didn't tell me his name. So that's it. Thank you. Any questions? Alright, now I'm going to drink water and not spill it.
Oh.
Thank you.
What are some reasons you met with people on Craigslist for in the past? Or sorry, LinkedIn, yeah.
Oh, sorry. What's that, Mike?
Repeat the question.
Oh, sorry. The question is, what are some reasons that you met with people on LinkedIn, right? There's all kinds of reasons. People who I wanted to meet at GDC, people who I wanted to connect with because they sound cool. They have organizations like the AAPI in gaming that I really love and have been amplifying my posts for various things, for Rooster, for my talks, all kinds of things. So, yeah, I mean, I've met some of my best friends through LinkedIn, and when you meet people professionally first and then you get to meet them in person, yeah, it's really nice. It's a quick way to network in a professional sense, and especially if you're an introvert but you do really well online, it's just, you know, it's another method of meeting people, and it expands your global reach. Like, you can meet people in Australia, and, you know, like, the world is your oyster, you know? In the back?
Yeah, like, and if you wanted to negotiate, like, collaboration, what's an appropriate time to discuss, like, money?
The question is, if you want to collaborate, what's an appropriate time to discuss money? It depends on what they're asking for. Sometimes it's like, you'll do a back and forth, and then you get into the territory of like, okay, you know, now we've had the hour chat, we get along very well, and then from here, this is my rate. So it's kind of up to you for like where that person is, and time zones as well might kind of bar your, you know, getting to video chat, but definitely have a video chat first just to feel things out, and then I think after that, then be like, this is my rate. Okay, any other questions? Oh, hi, Andy.
What's your opinion or preference if someone were to approach you to offer to help you in some way, whether it was like volunteering or intern or just as a favor as a way to kind of bring value to you. Do you have any sort of opinion on how they should go about that, if at all?
Sorry, this is asking if you want to approach someone to ask to intern for them.
Or just
Or
to
volunteer.
volunteer, just to like to make a connection, bring value to them as they have, you know, experience they want to learn from. So it's like, oh, how can I help you as someone who's starting out? Like, how can I?
Oh, okay. So this is how you ask someone if I can intern you, bring value to you as an intern, but still learn. I would say lead with a resume if your LinkedIn isn't totally up to snuff. When I moved to Montreal, what I did, like I was looking for work. So what I did was I cold emailed a bunch of companies and I said, this is what I do. Like LinkedIn wasn't so popular then. I was like, this is what I do, this is my resume. I'm looking to meet people in town and like these are the things I can do. And from there I actually got 3 gigs. So yeah, it's kind of like lead with your resume and your best skills. So no more questions. Okay, thank you very much.